Good afternoon everybody, welcome at Bloemfontein Cricket 3rd division match. This one is between Saints and BESTER BOM squad. BESTER BOM squad is batting first with Mooney Barkhuizen and Jock Jacobs, the opening batsman. Peter Kutsie is bowling at the moment. I think the scoreboard might be a little bit slow at the bottom, but the match has just started. I think that might be the second ball. Wild swing there. That is correct. We've got some fires next to the field with sausage that smells excellent. Makes me want to bribe tonight. Make some hot dogs at home. Yeah, but it all depends on what the wife wants to make. Peter Kutsie bowling. And we are testing out a different microphone. It does sound, it's a mix between the microphone that I'm using for the live stream as well as the sound from the video camera. And the sponsor for this match is BESTER Butchery. I want to thank them very much. And let's see what's going to happen in this match. Bye, Anki. And everything is working well for a change. We've got the scoreboard working at the bottom. The color of the video camera is excellent. I think the angle looks pretty good. And for a change, the stream health is on excellent as well. You might be hearing the sound of Trevor speaking. Team captain of the Saints is to the right in front of us. Unfortunately, they don't want live stream as often as the other teams, but it's their decision. And I say unfortunately, because I've got a few players in the team that I would really love to follow a bit more. Excellent players, playing with a lot of heart and determination, and yeah, I like to see more of them. The other sound that you also might be hearing is the sound of the CPI challenges that won the match just before this one. And yeah, they are the guys that are eating hot dogs, having a few drinks, having some fun here next to the field. I do like the sound, only if we was able to counter the sound of the wind a bit, but I like the sound coming from the video camera that is directed towards the field. And without doing any mixing, it sounds like the levels between what is going on the field and the mix of the sound coming from the microphone that I'm speaking into, that is done pretty well, except for the wind sound that is being picked up by the video camera. And I do know now that the sound is not coming from my microphone, but it's something that can be sorted out. And we see the projected score is 114, and that is something that will obviously be changing as the match goes on. And the umpire for this match is Hercules Stein. It is his 3rd match umpiring on this field today, so he might be a little bit tired. I haven't seen him drinking much fluid, so I do hope that dehydration isn't impacting his decision making in this match. Luckily he isn't running around, but still standing his heat the whole day without taking in some fluids could be a bit dangerous.
Keep it there, boy.
But I was learned by a friend of mine, there's two kinds of problems in this world, those that are ours and those that are other people's problems, or mine and other people's problems, and unfortunately in this situation that is his problem, not mine. It might be a cynical way of looking at problems, but it makes them so much simpler to resolve. BESTER BOM squad standing on 11 runs for the loss of no wickets in the second over. Morne Barkhuizen and Jock Jacobs batting. Looks like they're taking a bit of a cautious approach, and that decision might be changing as the match goes on. With more wickets still standing and fewer balls or overs left in the match, then they can start making decisions whether they could take some risk or not. And you can hear the joyful singing of the CPI challengers having some fun here next to the field. Maybe you can just pan around to them. Just while the match is taking a bit of a break. There the guys, those are the guys that you hear singing. Sorry, no, those are the rest of the team. Here they are. Those are the CPI challengers. And we can come back to the match on the field. We need to find our angle once again, and I think that looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit out, and Peter could see a bowling. There's a bit of a breeze coming through. I think the players will enjoy that since it's a pretty warm day today. I think the maximum that was predicted for today at 3 o'clock, which is about 7 or 8 minutes ago, was 36 degrees Celsius. But we got, and that is going to be 4 runs. Well done to Jock Jacobs. Luckily the ball rolled against the fence, and the Saints fielder doesn't have to go and pick up the ball in the library parking lot.
Let's go, Pete, let's get it back, come on.
I think we can change the camera angle. No. Maybe move out a little bit more because Paolo was just outside the shot of the field of view. We started his approach to the pitch. We'll see there where that hat is. That is where his approach is supposed to start. That is, a cone is under that hat. That is 12 meters. Oh, and that's a beautiful ball. Wicket being taken. I was just wondering whether his approach might have not been a little bit longer than the allowed 12 meters. Remember, that is a measurement that came in to prohibit the bowlers from bowling too fast, because this is a friendly game and it is not professional, it's amateur cricket. Everybody's here to come and sorry for stumbling over my words, but everybody's coming here to have some fun, and we don't want anybody to get hurt. Like from this angle, now the bowler is standing at the spot where he's supposed to start bowling. Now you can see he steps back maybe 2 meters. But that allows his approach to be around about 14 meters instead of 12 meters. And if my observation is correct, but that is according to my understanding. And the wicket that was taken, don't know if that played a role in it. Probably not. But Kali Potgieter joined Monai on the pitch, and yeah, let's see what he can deliver today. He's one of those guys that sometimes have great days on the pitch, other days not so much. The ball is high up in the air. Is it going to be caught? No, that is going to be 4 runs. Just sliced off the edge of the bat and went backwards for a 4. And you can hear the encouragement there on the field. The fielders communicate with each other. That ball just jumped over the wickets. Morne Barkhuizen's wickets in no danger of being lost with that delivery. Another huge shot is that is going to definitely 4 runs. Well done to Morne. You see some of the Saints players, because they're all family men, they come and stand here at the edge of the field and they send their son the Crown Collective ball in the parking lot. No rules against that. As long as the kids stay off the field. And in cricket, that's pretty easy to know where the edge of the field is. That is where the boundary is. That's what it's called, a boundary, because that's where the field stops. But I think in traditional cricket it is a acceptable for the public to stay off the field even further than where the boundary is marked. Just a common courtesy. Devil receiving some much needed encouragement here from his team captain Trevor. And this time the ball went straight through Mornay. Coming to ball now, Devil Drew. And Kali Potgieter on strike. He still has to get off the mark. He's lucky enough to be able to be going out for a duck anymore since he already faced a ball. Even if he loses his wicket now, it's going out for 0, but not a golden duck. Joh, that was a pretty loose ball. Enough to be 4 runs. Kali didn't have to do anything to deserve that 4 runs. I can hear that the wind is being picked up by my microphone, and that is what you might have heard earlier. I closed the microphone and not much of the wind noise came through. Just going to test if I change the angle of the microphone a bit, how much it is being affected. And well stopped here by a Saints player, not exactly sure what his name is, but did a pretty good job of stopping a certain 4 runs. And that is the sound of a aeroplane, although I can't see it. Another huge shot. This is not going to be stopped. That is 4 runs against a whiteboard. Mornay Barker has been putting a solid performance, yeah? I think as the match goes on, they will be able to put in a little bit more, take a few more risks later on because of this. Okay, and that was the over for Peter Kutsia. Let's see who's coming up next. Going to try something, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. If it's going to work, it's going to be awesome. I'm taking off the dead cat from my shotgun microphone, and I'm going to put it over the microphone of my headset. Okay, I put it there, but seems like it's eliminating the sound of the wind noise. Yeah, seems to be working. Well done. Sound of my voice might be affected, but that is something we can check afterwards. Nice play there by Kali Potgieter. Defensive shot. It does look like Devil Drew is also approaching the pitch from a little bit further than the allowed 12 meters. But since I've only noticed it now, that is 4 runs. So it does seem as if the batsman welcomed the extra speed on the ball. Means there's a bit more energy into the ball, and they only have to touch it to chase it over the boundary.
Let's go, Jimmy, let's get it back, Jimmy!
Just sliced off the bat of Kali, the inside edge. Enough to be running towards the boundary, but it didn't make it all the way there. I am going to need to make a plan with this dead cat because it keeps sliding off the microphone. Maybe tape it down.
Well done, Gibbs! Well done, Topper! Let's go, Hammer!
Okay, fix that with an elastic without having to tape it down.
One take, Captain!
does sound as if somebody's having a birthday day in the CPI Challengers camp. Okay, somebody just drank a funnel.
Just got mute!
That projected score 181. I wonder how much of that is going to be realized. Because right now that seems like a little bit too much. But obviously that's been calculated with the amount of balls that's being bowled and the amount of runs that's being scored. And projecting if things go on like it does currently, that is an amount of score that it will end up with. So it's probably not wrong. A lot of other stuff not being added into the calculation, but down to the math, that is probably correct. Huge shot there by Kali. Not Kali Morne, sorry. But it stopped here in the midfield.
That's two. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Bit of a full toss. Kali just sweeps it to his left.
Well done, moves.
And that's his 7th over done. Going into the 8th over. The projected score has come down slightly to 177.
Let's go, Ed. Nice and tight, nice and tight.
Nice breeze coming here from our left. You won't be able to hear the natural sounds here on the live stream, but we can definitely feel it. And this extreme heat might be troubling those on the field. That was played straight to the fielder, standing at point, or deep point. It does feel as if the energy ran out of this match. Whether it was the Saints intentionally trying to slow down, I'm not sure. No evidence of that. Well, Morne scoring 30 runs from 21. His balls is quite decent. And umpire quickly showed that was a wide. that ball will be stopped about 20 meters in from the boundary, once again at deep point. But I heard rumours about this Andy Stein bowling now. On his stats, he's been taking a lot of wickets in the past, so it's somewhat kind of a legendary player here in the Saints squad. Once again, the ball just went through Mornay. Is it the beginning of his end? The next player that seems to be getting ready to come in, that is either when one of these wickets fall or one of them retire, is Peter Blanche. It looks like he's getting ready for the next innings. He's trying his best to get that ball away, and this one is going to be 4 runs. Nobody's going to stop that. Sorry about that. Just trying to tidy up here behind the camera. There you go, now we're back in picture. Mark Nadir. He didn't time that well. That's a little bit better. Just found the bottom edge of his bat, and that's going to run through for 4 runs. No, he didn't. Just stopped before the boundary. It's on the other side of the field, and almost looked like that is going to be 4 runs, but it didn't. Didn't go all the way. Just 2 runs. And we can see the umpire standing bare feet. Now it's very hot over there, and he's been standing there since this morning. I really just hope that he put something on his feet to protect it from the sun, because usually our feet are, especially for Caucasian people, don't get that much sun because we are wearing shoes the entire day. So once it burns in the sun, yeah, then it hurts an extra bit. And it's something like training. Training your body is basically adjusting it to the new conditions you want it to withstand. And the same with our Caucasian skin. You have to train it to stand in the sun without protection. Otherwise you will get hurt. from this angle his feet look yellow, so I'm not sure if he's wearing socks maybe. Monet taking a jump to get to that ball. Trevor stops it here to the left of us. I think I'm just going to move the camera a little bit more to the left. Maybe that way, so that we can get a little bit more central view of the match. Beautifully stopped there at the edge of the field. Once again in point position. I'm not exactly sure what the fielder's name is, but he's being put through his paces today. Bowling Andy Stein. That ball got the edge of the bat once again, and it looks like it can go all the way for 4 runs. Did it? Let's look at the umpire. It's not giving an indication whether that is a 4 runs. So the ball probably didn't make it all the way there. And at the bottom of the scorecard it only says 2, so obviously it didn't. But this is going to be 4 runs. Monet Marquez is making sure of that. Ball is bouncing around there in the parking lot. Seems like Kale is asking for some water. That was a bit of a full toss there by Andy. Now that was lifted from the cone. You can see here to the bottom left of your screen. Now on the grass there is a yellow cone over there, and that is a 12-meter mark where the bowling should start from. Sometimes the bowlers put their caps on that cone or on the head of the umpire. Obviously all depending on what your umpire allows. And that was a 10th over. We are switching sides, and as well as switching the sides, we'll be switching to Afrikaans commentary, also done by me, Jurgen Smith. En welkom vanmiddag by die Afrikaanse kommentaar. Dit is die BESTER slaghuis wat die hele wedstryd geborg het. En natuurlijk die span wat hulle hoof span wat hulle borg is BESTER Masters en BESTER BOM squad. Natuurlijk is nou waar die naam vandaan kom, maar in elk geval het gaan na BESTER slaghuis toe. Hulle het baie lekker produkte daar by hulle. Dit is nie net biltong nie. Dis BESTER slaghuis, nie BESTER se biltong nie. Alhoewel meeste mense hulle ken vir hulle goeie biltong. Dis baie bekend daarvoor. Maar ja, hulle chili bites is vir my baie bitter lekker. Ja, hulle het baie produkte daar, so ek het nog iets geëet wat my nou nie regtig, soos Engelsman sê, impress het nie. Alles is baie lekker gewees. so kry maar vir julle ietsie daar so as julle weer wil braai of wat ook al. Wees gaan gerus of as julle iewers ver hier moet ry. Ietsie om aan te pesel, ietsie om te kou. Baie lekker. En dat natuurlijk sout en goeders ook daar so. Die projected telling van, of die vooruitskatting van beste BOM squad 176 kan wees, nou die halfpad deur die, so'n bykie verby die halfpad deur die balbeerte van Saints en hulle het 91 lopies aangeteken, so dubbel van dit is 182 en ja, ok, hulle is nou al 'n entjie verby die helfte, so het is nie heeltemal presies in die helfte nie, en dit is hoe ons by die 175 uitkom. Dit gaan natuurlijk nie die finale telling wees nie, dit is net 'n vooruitskatting. Baie kan nog gebeur, veral nou dat daar nog 7 palkies staande is vir die beste BOM squad. So hulle gaan bietjie meer risiko's kan neem, soos wat die tyd nou aanloop. Kali wat die bal sweep en nog 4 lopies byvoeg by sy telling. Pragtig hou deur Kali. ...35 lopies van 20 balle, ek het hom nog nie so lekker gesien speel nie. Weet hy is 'n baie goeie speler, maar dit is lanklaas wat ek hom gesien het homself so geniet. As hy net gou vinnig 'n woordjie gewissel, 'n privaat woordjie daar met die CPI Crusaders se kaptein David Cremor, goeie vriend van my. Ja, ongelukkig ek moes hom nou maar die klank afsit, mense weet nie altyd wat mense gaan sê onbeplan nie. Maar ja, ja, het is maar net 'n veiligheids- of safety precaution om te keer dat ongevraagde woorde dalk nie uitkom nie. Steek het nie weg nie, dit is net ons, as iemand iets privaat wil hou, dan doen ons dit so. Dit is 'n nuwe wêreld waarin mense se privaatheid baie belangrik is, en veral as mens kyk na hoeveel hierdie kunstmatige intelligensie indring maak op mense privaatheid, is mense privaatheid regtig nie meer regtig so privaat as mens dink dit is nie. En dit is alles maar 'n manier om vir dinge, 'n manier vir mense om geld te maak. Wel al sê jy vir hulle, moenie jou goed deel nie, kyk tog. Jy het dan net iets gekyk op jou foon, en sodra jy op jou slim TV iets kyk, dan kry jy advertensies daaroor. So dit is natuurlijk 'n algoritme, maar Jy het gesê hulle moet dit moet gedeel word. Dit wat jy kyk en al wat jy word opgehou wat jy op jou internet doen. Jou Google account. Is 'n groot ou daar so deur Kali. Maar die gaan nie 'n 4 wees nie. En natuurlik is daar maniere rondom hoe om meer privaatheid te kry. Maar ek dink is maar 'n fyn lyn tussen privaatheid en gemaak. Gaan hierdie bal gevang word? En dit is 'n vangske daar so deur die paaltjiewagter. Pieter Blaans wat die trekpas kry. Dit is net nadat Monay Barkhuis in sy 50-tal die waarskynlik gemaak het en moes verklaar het. Pieter Blaans wat nou vervang word deur, so nou sien wie daar so opkom. Lyk amper soos Rudy. Maar Kali potgieter wat sterk op pad is Wouter Bester wat opkom. Dit is gewoon my groot meneer wat so vroeg inkom. Maar is 'n goeie tyd, dit is 8 balbeurte oor, so Wouter Bester is die perfekte persoon om nou in te stuur en 'n verskil te kan kom maak. En as 'n kreer staan ook by nader. Wat op Derman area gaan staan. So ja, Wouter gaan na die geleentheid gegee word om vinnige klompie lopies nou te kom by sit. Sy motivering is hoog aangesien hy in sy vorige wedstryd 4 paaltjies gevat het met sy balwerk. So hy gaan baie opgewonde wees om nou met die kolf ook 'n hele klomp grenshoue te klap. Kali potgieter gaan binnekort verklaar as hy aanhou soos dit nou aangaan. Ek het hom nog nooit voorheen so lekker gesien speel nie. Moet bitter bly vir sy part. So ja, nog 'n eentjie, hoop ek regtig hy gaan sy 50-tal maak vandag. En natuurlik is daar groot verwagtinge nou op die skouers van Wouter Bester. Kaptein Trevor Bird wat nou bal. Natuurlik wil hy ook sy sê afdwing op hierdie wedstryd. Nie dat ek sê hy het nie al tot dusver nie, maar ek wil hy naam statistieke. Dis nie nog sy asof potgieter so pas sy paaltjie verloor het. Bal in die hande van die paaltjiewagter gespeel. Kali haal nie sy 50 vandag hier. Daar is besprekings daar so, maar ek dink dit is redelik voor die hand liggend. Kali is vies. Verstaanbaar dat hy nie sy 50-tal maak vandag hier. Maar nou ja, dit is maar deel van sport. Arthur Kreer wat nou by Wouter Bester aansluit. Beide moet nog van die merkie afkom, so dit is in 'n gevaarlike posisie wat die Bester BOM squad nou is. Nog nie een van die twee spelers het hulle oog op die bal nie. Nou terwyl Hercules die sien hom nie op sy foon nie, so dit kan dalk wees dat hy nie weet die puntebord onder is verkeerd nie, of hy weer het hom dalk reg gemaak en die puntebord is maar net 'n bietjie stadig om te reageer. Maar Wouter is van die merkie af, wat bygetel is vir Arthur Kreer, so ja nee, daar is bietjie foutjies daar so. Ek is seker ek sal dit regmaak binnekort. BESTER BOM squad wat vinnig beweeg het van een paaltjie wat hulle verloor het na 3 paaltjies. Maar natuurlijk dan die manne wat nou verklaar het, ongelukkig is Carly Potgieter nou net die een van hulle vandag nie. Maar ja, as jy ja, ek dink sal sien daar die vooruitgeskatte telling is besig om vinnig af te kom. Nou behoort aan 60. Synd wat so bykie die veld rondskommel nou. Sewe balbeurte wat oor is in hierdie beurt. 35 balle. Terwyl die bal hard slaan, gaan eindelijk gaan op, maar hy val in niemands wêreld en hy bly veilig. Hardloop enkel loopie. Het klink asof Wouter die bal getip het en die paaltjie wag te vang. Is die paaltjies van Wouter BESTER wat nou geval het, maar die BESTER BOM squad se paaltjies wat nou vinnig besig is om te val. Arthur wat agterbly, ons gaan nou kyk, dit is Rudy Fourie wat by Arthur aansluit. Kort net een van hulle om 'n goeie dag te hê met die golf, om die BESTER BOM squad weer kans te gee om 'n redelike goeie telling op te stel, soos dit wat hulle gehad het voordat hulle so 'n paar balbeurte terug. Die helfte van die paaltjies wat geval het, so daar is nog 4 staande. En dan sê ons baie dankie vir die borg van hierdie wedstryd, as ek nie al genoem het voorneem, dit is BESTER Slaghuis. Rudy wat dalk sy paaltjie verloor het nou, daar was 'n groot uitroep daarvoor, maar dit lyk nie asof Hercules in enigszins belang gestel het in hierdie uitroepe van die Saints nie. Hy voel is nie oortuigend genoeg nie. En Rudy kan daarom nou nie meer vir 'n eentjie loop he, maar dinge lyk nie goed vir hom nie. Sukkel om die bal raak te slaan. Seker dit sal verander sodra sy oog in is. Arthur Kreer wat nou op die speelkant is, kan nie sy talente weggooi nie. Hy is man wat die meeste aantal LMS cricket wedstryde gespeel het hier in Bloemfontein. Hy staan oor die 400 wedstryde. Dan tip vir die bal gekom hierna toe ons toe. Hy gaan sommer deur ons gekebel. Arthur het hom nog 'n 4 bygesel en hy staan nou op 6 lopies van 3 balle. Glad die slegte statistieke vir hom nie. Sy talente lê meestal by as palkiewagter en dan natuurlik hoe hy 'n spel lees, wat hy onvervangbaar is in die sin van hy ken die ander spelers en hy weet presies waar almal sy swakpunte lê en hy kan lees hoe die spel voortgaan. Daai tipe ondervinding wat jy nie vir iemand kan leer nie, is iemand wat hulle maar self optel. En dan gooi die Saint so bietjie die bal bietjie rond en Arthur gebruik daai geleentheid om dalk net nog 'n ekstra loopie te hardloop. Dankie boys, dankie. Rudy wat al 5 balle na hom toegebal is, hy 1 loopie aangeteken, maar sy balkie is staande. Voel so al ewesklik so rustigheid oor die veld gekom het. 5 balbeerte wat oorbly, 5 balle per balbeer, dit gee ons 25 balle wat nog gebal gaan word na hierdie 2 covers wat nou op die blad staan. Rudy en Arthur, daar is nog 4 palkies staande vir hulle, so die BOM squad kan dan nog gehaas uit die hoed uit ruk hierso, en dalk daai by daai vooruitgeskatte tellings dalk nader beweeg, wat nou by 146 staan, vinnig besig om af te kom. Arthur wat ook die bal lekker raak slaan nie. Jy het die gevoel, het is net 'n kwessie van akkuraat balwerk wat hulle nou gaan uithaal. Amper soos daai, daar is 'n roep vir 'n beenvoorpaaltjie, maar Hercules is nie oortuig nie. Hy sê, ha-ha! Er nie beenvoorpaaltjie. Justin Palmer, en daar krijg Arthur nou bykie balbeet, en dit is 4 lopies. Arthur het nou op 12 lopies staan van 10 balle. Rudy Fourie, hy sukkel nog 'n bietjie om punte aan te teken, maar ek seker hy sal binnekort bietjie meer, sal sy calm his nerves a little. As hy waarskynlik baie beter ervaar, ek dink het is maar net bietjie senuwees wat hom dalk nou pla. En ek sal sê, as daar een boodskap is wat ons nou vir Rudy kan stuur, is daar is geen rede om senuweeagtig te wees nie. Daar is nog 4 paaltjies staande en hulle is nie in 'n slegte posisie nie. Hang net af hoe hulle veldwerk gaan wees in die tweede beurt wanneer die Saints gaan kolf, maar verder is hulle nie in 'n swak posisie op die oomblik nie. En op die einde van die dag van die mense moes net hulle wedstryd geniet. wou hom verskriklik skeef vir Arthur. Altyd agter sy bene verby. Dink hulle mik om 'n been voor paaltjie te kry. Want eintlik probeer Arthur 'n sekere hou speel wat hy hier na die point area te speel. Net 'n 4 geslaan so en hy hou aan met daai hou en kry dit net nie reg nie. En dis nou Rudy aan die golfkant. 4 balbeurte wat oor is, 20 balle wat kom. En daar maak Rudy vir 'n slag ordentlik kontak met die bal. Gaan ongelukkig nou nie 'n grenshou wees nie, die bal is reguit na speler toe, maar dit gaan vir hom genoeg motivering gee om weer so hou te speel. Miskien volgende keer nie reguit na 'n veldwerker toe nie, maar net so tipe aflewering lei na grenshoue. Kan sien Arthur se ritme is besig om reg te kom, sy selfvertroue. Die manne moet hulle self nou geniet, hulle selfvertrou. En daai bal, Rudy gaan nou 'n 4 slaan, nee, dit is nie, gaan nie 'n 4 wees nie. Bal gaan gekeer word. Maar net die bokant of die rand van sy kol was so van die bal af skil en bal het hier na ons kant toe gekom, maar daar is geen manier hoe daai bal dalk vir 'n 4 sou gehardloop het. Dit het vir 'n oomblik wel so gelyk. Maar die Saints span is vol. Hulle het 'n dekverdediger hier agter. Die man is jonk en hy hardloop vinnig. Hy het die bal gekeer met gemak. Rudy wat 'n sweep hou aangepak het daarso, probeer het. Was nie suksesvol nie. Maar dit is wel 'n goeie aanduiding wat se tipe motivering of selfvertroue hy het. En ek dink dit is goed vir die twee manne wat nou gewoonlik wat hulle noem die tail enders is van 'n span. Maar hulle selfvertroue is 'n bietjie 'n boost gee. Boost kry vandag. Baie bly vir hulle. Drie balbeurte oor, 15 balle. Kom ons kyk wat kan die BESTER BOM squad met dit uitgerig kry. Gaan Saints nog 'n paaltjie geneem kry. Soos wat tyd aangaan en Arthur en Rudy hardloop 2 belopies. Soos wat tyd aangaan groei hulle selfvertroue. Baie bly om dit te vir 'n slag te sien. En die Saints vat nie meer paaltjies nie. Die wolke wat nou 'n bietjie oor die veld kom, dit is soos die wolke voor die son in beweeg. Daar is geen kans vir reën vandag nie, maar daar is wel klompie wolke wat voor die son in beweeg. Hoopelik 'n bietjie koelte vir ons verskaf. As het reën sal dit heel waarskynlik miskien vanaand reën. En wat 'n welkome verligting van die hitte sal wees. Hoor weer eens 'n vliegtuig hier oors verbykom. Sien hom nie. Hoe Arthur het daai een bal ver misgeslaan. Ja, ek sien nie daar die vliegtuig. Dis hy, 10 balle oor in die beurt. Teikentelling wat nou op 142 staan. Ek dink al klaar 130 is glad nie te versmaai nie. So enigiets tussen 128 en 142 dink ek sal 'n goeie telling wees vir die beste BOM squad. En ja, het hang nou net af hoe hulle verdediging vandag gaan wees in die tweede beurt. Maar ek is geskeer tussen wat 'n span ek sal ondersteun om te wen. Want ek hou van beide spanne. My hart gaan uit na die beste BOM squad toe, maar Saints het my al soveel keer beïndruk in die verlede. Dit is lekker om hulle te sien speel. Span met baie karakter, veggees. Ja. Ons geniet dit om hulle te sien speel. Maar so is dit ook die geval met baie van die ander spanne in LMS cricket, maak nie saak wat se divisie dit is nie. Elke span het maar sy sterk en swak punte. En dit is lekker om te sien hoe hulle met dit werk. En die bal is hoog in die lug en op. Daar is 'n man onder hom, gaan hy gevang word? Nee. Rudy gaan net vir nog 'n rukkie nog bietjie oorleef. Pragtig hou daar, so direk na 'n veldwerker toe wat net die bal misgevang het van Saints. En Rudy kan nog 'n rukkie staan. En golf natuurlik. Maar dit is Arthur nou aan die ontvangkant van die balwerk vanaf meneer Nunes. Sergio Nunes. Hoop ek spreek hier van regheid. Volbal wat daar na Arthur toe gebal word en hy word gestraf met 4 lopies. Pragtige werk hier Arthur. En die beste BOM squad wat nou op 133 lopies staan vir die verlies van 4 paaltjies, 5 balle wat oorbly in hierdie helfte van die wedstryd. Nou in die 19de balbeurt. Ons kan sien dat die sompompie of die rekenaartjie wat uitwerk hoeveel die beste BOM squad gaan aanteken, staan op 140, so hulle verwag daar gaan nou 7 lopies aangeteken word in die volgende 5 balle. Daar word 'n groot uitroep daarso. Lyk nie asof Hercules in enige vorm belangstel in daai uitroep nie. Rudy het ook net gestaan en sê, nou wat nou? Wat? Weer 'n keer wat hy die bal misslaan. Miskien het dit so 'n bietjie wees, sy siene wees bietjie laat opvlam. 3 balle wat oor is. Saints geniet elke dotbal nou. Rudy wat net nie sy timing lekker het op daai bal nie. Justin Palmer wat dit uitbyt. Daai is 'n bietjie wyd. Kyk, jy kan wyd bal, maar daai is bietjie te wyd gewees. As sy Rudy direk na veldwerker toe, maar netjies hou. Lekker kontak gemaak met die bal. As hy laaste bal, last man stands bal, of dis die home run wat nou geslaan kan word, laaste bal, hy is 12 lopies werd, as hy vir 'n 6 geslaan word. Ek kan jou verseker, ek kan jou nou 'n brief skryf en stuur, per e-pos of per, ja, enige pos, Arthur gegaan vir dit, en dan word daar so skeef gebal. Net om het vir hom onmoontlik te maak, om 'n home run te slaan. Sou Arthur nou 'n home run slaan, dan sal beste BOM squad met 148 lopies klaarmaak. Maar, nee, dit lyk asof hy is op pad na 4 toe, maar nee, Syns veldwerke keer om betyds. En die beste BOM squad eindig met 138 lopies, vir die verlies van 4 paaltjies. Ons gaan nie gou vinnige breek vat, dan kom ons terug, waar die Syns dan gaan aanval met hulle kolwerk, met die beste BOM squad, wat hulle totaal van 138 gaan verdedig. Syns met 139 aanteken om die wedstryd te wen. So, ja, weer eens dankie aan die borg van hierdie wedstryd, BESTER Butchery. Ek is die kommentator Jurgen Smith. As ons terugkom, gaan die kommentaar weer voortgaan in Engels vir die eerste 10 balbeurte, en natuurlijk soos tradisioneel weer terugslaan na Afrikaans toe vir die laaste 10 balbeurte. So, wees veilig, maar loop te draai as jy moet, kry jy om te eet en drink, sien julle nou. From that. Is that an answer to how they will be approaching the second innings? Well, we have to wait and see. Obviously, Wouter Bester will have something to say about that. He had a brilliant game before this one. Was happy to announce, and his motivations will be high for the 4 wickets that he's taken in the previous match. Hopefully, we'll be able to do this in this match again. And yeah, I think this match has just started to become a little bit more exciting. I do love the way the Saints bat. They're always a fighting team, and it will all depend on how well the BESTER BOM squad will defend their total now. How well their fielding will be, how quick they will be at the ball, and how many balls will get through to the boundaries. Do love the way that Rudy played in the match just before this, in the first innings. We and Arthur batted. You could see his confidence growing the longer he was at the stumps. Was it tipped? That was very close. And you can see that Wouter saw that. Just need to move the camera a little bit. Get a better shot. There you go. Do you think that looks a lot better? Don't want to get in too close, otherwise we cut off too much of the other stuff. We want to get Arthur into the picture as well as the bowler, and those are basically the two edges, but we want to put in a frame between them as well. Now coming into bowl is Kali Potgieter. He had a pretty good innings himself in the first innings. He scored 40 runs when he lost his wicket. Really thought he was going to go through to scoring a 50, but that didn't happen today, which is a pity. I really do wish a 50 for him. But sometime in the future, maybe. But I think his bowling is a greater strength than his batting. So I think he'll be in his element now. Looks like that was close to a tip. Looking at the reaction from Arthur. We saw some nice cricket on this field here today. Just a pity that all the other teams they've left. But we saw some cricket this morning at 9 o'clock from the second division. And then the match right after that, it was the first division playing. Hot Shots versus the CPI Challengers. And yeah, this morning the second division was the CPI Crusaders versus Bloem Bombers, and that's 4 runs for Ebenhouten. And this is a third division match, but first division inspiration. Oh! Really thought Arthur stumped him, but nobody seems to be convinced. I do apologize for the coughing, something tickling my throat now. Will the BESTER bomb squad start taking wickets soon? Personally, I do feel that they shouldn't rely on limiting the runs of the Saints. Like the BESTER back in action, and he's being punished for 4 runs. Will he be taking a wicket soon? We can only hope. Just to break the rhythm of these opening batsmen of the Saints. I do know that the BESTER opt or prefer the side that he's bowling from now, because on this side of the stumps there is a bit of a dip just before the stumps, and that is where the bowler is supposed to organize his the direction when he's bowling, and yeah, it hinders you when you try to bowl and you can't take a solid step there, because it's your stopping foot that has to be planted in order to transfer the speed of the ball when you're bowling. And if that area is uneven, it takes away from your concentration to bowl, not only to bowl accurately, but to add the amount of speed that you can, or you intended to put into the ball. Another over done for BESTER. That was his second over, meaning he's got 2 left. Coming back to bowl, it seems to be Kali Potgieter, and it is, giving his hat to Hercules, the umpire. Rudy chasing after this ball, and he's got a pretty good arm, limiting that shot to 2 runs. He had a long way to run to get to the ball, and he's in the area, so he was stopping this ball as well. Bit of a cheeky shot there by Ebenharten, just tipping the ball over off his head. If that ball was bowled a little bit quicker, that could have very well been 4 runs. Oh, that is going to hurt. Luckily, I think the batsmen are wearing pads in that area. Besides the ball box, that was on the upper thigh, so I do believe there is a pad over there. But the batsman is still touching that area, so I think it's still a bit sensitive. And this ball is going to be stopped. There's no chance of that being 4 runs. And coming back to the pads that these guys are wearing, I've seen at the last year at the prize giving, some of the players were rewarded with some of the padding, and the padding is, yeah, it's not as you expect. It's kind of light. It is, if you know how to mold a mouth guard for rugby playing, take that idea and put it into padding, because the padding is flat sheets with made of a special material. Then you put it in the oven and it becomes moldable or pliable, and then you put that pad on the area where you would like to put it, so it's basically personalized to your physique. And as it cools down, it hardens and keeps that form. Then you can easily just put it on when you go play, and it's molded to your body. and I know it's some kind of a shock absorbing material that it's made of. There's probably a lot of ingenuity going into that, but yeah, that is the interesting part of the inner side of cricket, where those things come from. He's more than be able to make a difference. One sometimes get the feeling that batsmen are getting used to a certain type of bowling. That's why it's probably always important to have two different types of bowlers bowling at the same time. Obviously switching each other on and off, but so they aren't getting used to maybe a spin bowler or the seam bowler, and that is going to be 4 runs for Saints. Even they think that one's square, and the ball is bouncing around in the parking lot. And we've seen so many types of bowling here at LMS cricket, or last man stands cricket. You get spin bowlers, you get fast bowlers, you get medium pace bowlers, even some of the slower bowlers tend to take a lot of wickets, because it's difficult to read what that ball is going to do as soon as it's hitting the ground. And that one was clubbed for, yeah, that was a club for a 4. Getting a bit of bounce from that. Morne Barkhuizen has got a recognizable style of bowling. Easy to spot him when he's bowling in the team. Besides his looks, it's more of his flying technique before bowling. The things we learn when we grow up, some stuff we adopt makes us more comfortable into what we are doing. That was a bit of a full toss, and he's being punished for, no he isn't, the ball is being stopped in the boundary by Peter. That's not 4 runs. And 5 overs gone. Saints need to score 97 runs from 75 balls. Normally I would say that isn't too difficult. It all depends on how much your opponents allow you to do. At any minute they can lose concentration or step up the game, and that can happen without you knowing what is happening when, and you could make a nasty mistake of thinking, okay, they are down on their luck. You can hit the ball into the air and then they catch you out. Ball's picked up, and there's a bit of a misfield, and the ball went over the boundary for 4 runs. What a pity. Glad for Saints though. Well, if everything's going your way, it's going your way. And it seems like everything's going towards the Saints direction now. And that ball just went over Arthur's head. Really chasing after it. Going to stop it. But both the batsmen are going to be in their camps. Safe and sound. This time Spear running after the ball. Ball was stopped on the boundary. The stats of these two batsmen don't look too bad. Devil Drew standing on 26 runs from 17 balls and Evan Hutton on 25 runs from 14 balls. So they're doing pretty well over there. And that is what I mentioned earlier. I like the way they bat, the Saints. Always have some kind of a fighting spirit in them. And they'll keep on going until the last man. Tony de Meyer. And will the ball be stopped? Yes, it's stopped on the boundary and returned to the bowler. Needing 86 runs from 59 balls. Once again, the ball is stopped 5 meters in from the boundary, and it does seem as if these two Saints batsmen found their rhythm, and BESTER bomb squad wants to take them out. They have to do it now. We saw some also putting some pressure there on the batsman, letting him know, I'm behind you, chap. Mess up just a little and I'll be on you. Hitting the stumps on the opposite end of the pitch. Three more overs and we'll be switching over to Afrikaans commentary. Language I'm a little bit more comfortable with. My home language. Which is probably a good or a bad thing, because in Afrikaans I might sound a little bit Arthur's showing really where to stand. In Afrikaans I sound a little bit more natural, probably, I hope so. And the problem is I also like to talk a lot of nonsense. Something that not everybody always appreciates. to be moving up a little bit more again, just to get out of the sun, because the sun is now starting to move underneath the gazebo. Maybe I'll just stand. My legs can take it. It does feel as if the wind nearly stopped blowing. Ball was played hard into. There is going to be 4 runs, indicated by Hercules, or confirmed by him. Still trying to figure out if he's standing bare feet over there or he's got yellow socks on. I think it might be a good idea. I think he's got bare feet on. So it's a good idea to take my shoes off. Feel the grass between your toes. That ball is not going to reach the boundary. It's being stopped about 25 meters in. This ball seems to be going to the boundary. It's going, and it is 4 runs. That ball went just too quick for the fielder to stop. Nothing he really could have done about it. You have to remember there's 6 players fielding on the field. Obviously 8 players in a team. That is if your team is full on the day. This morning Bloem Bombers played with 6 players, which means they only had 4 players on the fielding. So you've got 6 players fielding, 1 wicket keeper and 1 bowler. That gives you your 8 people, or 8 your team. If you play with a little bit more players or a little less players than you are supposed to, you're putting an extremely amount of pressure on yourself. But in last man standing cricket, that's been happening quite a bit. As remember, these uncontracted professional players, and they stay at home. They work during the day, full time, and then they come and play here on Sundays. Some of them are club cricket players who play on Saturdays as well. But when these guys get sick or life happens, like your work sends you on a trip somewhere else, you aren't available. You can't say no, because your income is dependent on your work, and these guys aren't getting any income from playing cricket. In fact, the opposite happens. Most of them pay a bit to come and enjoy themselves here. And we are used to women going to spa days and stuff to relax. Well, for these guys, this is their spa day, their weekly spa day, where they come here to enjoy themselves, enjoy time with their friends, Some of them bring their families, have a braai over here, just to recharge those batteries for the next week. Once again, the wind is picking up a bit, and we can feel the day is now quickly starting to get cooler. Which is a brilliant sign for those struggling to sleep in the heat at night, like yours truly, obviously. But it is a Saints now doing pretty well. That always hits straight towards Scully. And Saints only need 65 runs from 54 balls, putting them in a pretty good position to win this match. But a double play can change that in an instant. One over left until they switch sides, and we switch languages. Slowly but surely, Eben and Devil, they are approaching their half centuries. Weren't as quick about it as they were when they started off, but they've been putting in a pretty solid performance, keeping the runs flowing in nice and tidy. Just enough. Jock Jacobs bowling, let's see if he can change their rhythm. Ball is being picked up by Cully. Ball is racing to the boundary. Who is going to win the ball already? No, the ball won this time. He seems a bit frustrated with himself. Wasn't his problem. Wasn't his mistake. You have to remember, only 6 people on the fielding on the field. There is many gaps. This field is pretty hard, or the soil underneath it is pretty hard and compact. So as soon as the ball hits the ground, it's like a golf ball on a asphalt road. Played the ball to deep mid wicket. Well fielded. A bit of teamwork there. This time the ball was knocked to point. We really picked it up. The batsmen seem to like keeping really busy here today. So word die kante geruil, ons kom terug na Afrikaanse kommentaar. Lekker man, lekker. Het lyk asof het bietjie donkerder raak, maar is maar net die son wat agter die wolke in beweeg. Dink gedurende die wintermaande dan raak het wel vroeër donker hier in Bloemfontein, maar nie so vroeg nie. Wel, het is ook al 5 uur. Wedstryd het bietjie laat begin en elke wedstryd het maar sy deeltjie bygedra om bietjie tyd by te sit vandag. Die wedstryd was veronderstel om 2 uur te begin het. Hy het wel redelik baie later begin.
Daarom. Check ons umpire. Hoe wil dat ek nou check? Kom maar kilas.
Het lyk asof die skeieregters 'n bietjie moeg is daarso. Wel, hierdie is sy derde wedstryd wat hy hier in die son staan. Moet onthou dat baie van die ander, of meeste al die spelers ook, hulle natuurlijk, julle ken natuurlijk cricket, so waarna julle nou kyk, obviously, maar soos die een span dan nou veldwerk doen, die span wat kolf is nie almal op die veld. En so hitte gedag kan jy nou net by jouself dink, waar is die res van die span wat nou nie besig is om te kolf nie? Hulle sit in die koelte daar onder die bome. Terwyl die skeieregter in die son staan, wanneer beide spanne besig is om te kolf. Doen dit vir 3 wedstryde agter mekaar, dan gaan die son jou nogal vang. En hy doen dit nie daar van 'n stoel af nie, hy staan. So ek dink veral vir mense wat nie gewoond is daaraan nie, kan dit nogal redelik uitputtend raak. Maar niks minder uitputtend as het as wat het is vir die skeieregters wat 50 wedstryde staan en van oggend tot aand staan en skeieregter wees. Hulle staan ook maar heel dag. Oog van die Saints is lekker in. Hierdie keer is bal na Wouter toe gespeel. Het ek die rekord begin? Ja. Amper bang dat ek nie die rekord knopie gedruk het vir die opname van hierdie wedstryd nie. Dat ek kan livestream sonder om die rekord knopie te druk. Nog 'n bynaam wat ons bygeleer het nou. Jock Jacobs is jakkals. Ek dink dit is nie te moeilik om by jouself te dink hoe hulle by daai naam uitgekom het nie.
Struik nie, maar as hulle my raakslaan en die kou is net 'n meter te links op die rand, dan laat ek loop nie. Nou hou kom nou wat buite of. So ek loop maar vir die nik. Ja,
die balstrategie wat hier gesels word tussen Dani de Meyer en Khalid Potgieter. Die bal word reguit na Wouter toe gespeel. Pragtige veldwerk. Eerste bal opgetel en bal teruggegooi. nie van die bal eers keer, dan omgryp en bal vang of gooi nie. Dadelik eers die bal gevang of gekeer en gevang in een beweging en teruggegooi. Zijn so dan net 48 lopies moet aanteken van 44 balle. Maar dan moet ons ook in gedagte hou, beide van die spelers gaan heel waarskynlik hulle 50-tal haal, en as daar 2 vasspelers op die kolfblad, en hulle gaan heel waarskynlik nie so vinnig kolf soos hierdie 2 spelers nie, en ja, hulle kan dalk heel waarskynlik dan begin paaltjies verloor. Nie presies seker wat beteken daai teken van Hercules nie. Die hand wat so flits.
That's the bowling, Jock. That's the bowling, buddy. Jock, you high boy. Hy's meer as die basics, ek like it.
Kan die potgieter sê daar vir Jakkels, is meer as die basics, ek like it. Alles het 'n teken van die manne wat hulle cricket baie geniet. En dis wat ek voorbedoel het, manne wat, of klomp pelle wat kom saam speel hier, so is net so goed soos om na 'n spa toe gaan vir 'n massage. Hierdie is 'n massage vir die siel. Ek glo niemand se lewe is maklik nie. Almal het maar challenges, dinge wat vir hulle moeilik is. En ons weet ook natuurlik nie alles lyk soos wat dit lyk vir die publiek of vir ander nie. En veral mans praat nie oor hulle probleme nie. Dit voel net, ja, nee, wat help het om te praat oor niks van nou gedoen kan word nie. So ons suffer in silence. En hierdie is soos die type van uitkoms vir dit. Pieter Tolaan se eerste bal wat gestraf word. Ek soos Wouter wat hom optel en teruggooi. Hy het seker gemaak dit is nie 4 lopies nie.
Nee, 2. Jy het weer daai kant gebou. Jy het nou een hier gebou. Ja, 1, 2. Nee, jy het 2 daar gebou. 2. Ja. Yes, die jockey. En dan nou nie man.
Hierdie bal word weer eens daar nou met Wouter getoets het, maar Wouter keer die bal. Pragtige gekeer daar, so baie effort ingesit. Maar dan sal hy oorgooi en ja, paar extra lopies daar vir ewe benating. Beide spelers kan nou 'n 50-tal maak met 'n grens hou. Die wil gaan eers 'n kans kry. Die wil net 'n klein bietjie nader aan sy 50-tal. Nou Ewens se beurt. Vol, gaan nie gevang word die bal wat die in die middeveld val, net so eentjie voor Kali. Dewald een loopie weg van sy 50-tal en hy neem die veilige opsie en ek is baie seker dit is nie Rudy Fourie wat nou inkom vir Sainz nie soos wat die puntebord onder sê nie. Rudy Fourie speel vir die BESTER BOM squad. Dit lyk beter. Pieter Coetzee wat by E-benadering aansluit. E-benadering sal ook binnekort verklaar. Kortig 2 lopies. En dan staan die Sainz ook nou gelyk op 35 lopies wat verwag word van 35 balle om hierdie wedstryd te wen.
Maar dan kan jy ook sê, ja, Brandon het my nie huis toe gestuur, ek het afgegaan. Ja, daai is net exposure wat hulle soek.
Autobeester wat kom bal. En ek het baie goeie tyd om nou vir hom in te stuur om te kom bal. 2 varskolwers wat nou in hierdie balbeerd sy balle gaan trotseer. So is daar 'n goeie kans om dalk nou bepaalkies te neem. Dit was 'n vinnige bal daai. Net die buitekant se 'n randjie van sy kop weet gekry. En dit is 4 lopies daarso vir E-benadering. Hy het verklaar. En gaan nou sien wie gaan hom vervang op die golfblad. Pieter Coetzee wat nog nie 'n puntetelling het nie. My en Sergio Nunes gaan beide vir Wouter Bester se balwerk nou trotseer. Twee kraak varskolwers nou op die golfblad. Wouter wat sy spelers bietjie rondskuif. Dit presies wat hy wil hê. Ons sal nou sien of dit vir hom gaan uitwerk. bal word hard geslaan na die grens toe. Is hy gekeer? Ja. Nie 4 lopies het bygevoeg word nie. Maar Nunes is van die merkie af. Kutsie ook. Maar ek seker hulle het nog nie gemaklik geraak daar op die kolfblad nie, so dit is net 'n kwessie van tyd. Laaste bal vir Wouter BESTER vir hierdie balbeurt. En hy is reg hier Pieter Kutsie. Skeieregter kies wat so 'n bietjie gaan sit. Ja, met sy foon lê. Lyk baie asof hy dalk nou vir hom self as 'n TikTok model dalk 'n selfie daar neem. Kyk hoe lyk ek in die paaltjies agter my. Hy lyk stukkend vodde. Die man speel die skeieregter vrot. Net 'n bietjie help daar. En dit was die balbeurt gewees van Wouter BESTER. Ons gaan nou sien wie gaan hom oorneem. Dit is Kali Potgieter. Definitief Kali Potgieter wat nou bal en nie Wouter BESTER soos wat die puntebord of puntetellinge onderwys nie. Dink wel die aantal lopies is dalk reg daar, sy daar word het nou reg gemaak. 28 lopies van 30 balle wat verwag word. Wat nodig is. So ek voel hierdie wedstryd gaan nie eers die 20 balbeurte haal nie, dan is hy verby. Saints wat nou pragtige aanval cricket speel. Dink hulle het nou bloed geruik. En wil hy die wedstryd nou klaarmaak. Hulle het nog al 8 paaltjies staande. 2 spelers wat al verklaar het met 50 talle elk.
Oh yeah, baby. Nice gone. That's gone.
Spelers wat nou speel hier so met die konsentrasie van die Saints. Eens wat gou waterbreek vat. Dalk 'n bietjie taktiek bespreek daar. Arthur gaan luister. Boys, is daar iets waarmee ek kan help?
Ek het gedoen met Wouter se
5 alweer te hoor. 25 balle. En Wouter Bester word bal en ek is seker dit is omtrent sy laaste balbeurt nou. Son wat nou begin sak om onder deur die wolke te skyn. En dit is die rede waarvoor dit nou ewesklik weer lig raak op die veld. Dis nie die gunsteling kant vir Wouter om vanaf te bal nie. Maar hy trip nie net vir die paalkies nie. En hy word gesaan vir 4 lopies. Dink daai deel van daai taktiek wat Sainz nou bespreek het daarso is, boys, kom ons maak nou maar die wedstryd klaar en gaan huis toe. Lekker vinnig bal daar deur Wouter gewees. Lyk nie asof Wouter nou baie konsentreer op vinnige bal nie, of snel balle nie, want sy aanloop is aansienlik korter. Sy konsentreer dalk heel waarskynlik nou meer op akkuraatheid as spoed. En dit lyk wel ook asof hy 'n bietjie of hy spin in sit daar. Bal is reguit na Kali toe. Kali wat goed doen om die bal te keer. Lopies van 25 balle wat benodig word. Ek dink die puntebord is 'n bietjie agter, want dit was net nou 25 balle gewees. En ek seker daai was nou al die tweede balbeurt van die 16de balbeurt wat nou gebal is. Nee, ek dink die puntebord is 'n hele balbeurt agter. Want Wouter het so pas sy balbeurt klaar gebal en die puntebord staan nog op 15 balbeurte met Kali wat gebal het. So ja, buiten die puntebord wat nou agter is hieronder, het Hercules nou net vir Kali Potgieter geskree dat 13 lopies word benodig van 15 balle. Nee, 13 lopies van 20 balle. Kom ons kyk, as ek update, kyk of die puntebord ook update. Nee, die puntebord, daar is hy.
Catch it! Catch it!
Nee, hy het nie geupdate nie.
Jackie, weet wat so lekker gewees het? Om Spider-Man te kyk, hè? Net in 'n ijskoue bad te sit. Nee, ek like Spider-Man. Spider-Man op my hart bly. Oh, yes! Oh, ek moet daar.
Die bal wat direct na Morne en Barkhuizen te gespeel word. Maar die bal gekeer het, is 4 lopies. Ja, help nou nie meer om na die puntebord te kyk nie. Ek sien die puntebord duidelik baie verkeerd is onder op die skerm. Iewers het iets gevries, weet jy wat nie. Maar die uitsending lyk nog goed. Maar as ek my sommetjies reg het, is dit nou ten minste 9 lopies wat benodig word van wat 19 balle. Heel waarskynlik minder. Weet ek gaan self telling moet hou nie. Ek het ge-outsource na die scoreboard toe en lyk my scoreboard is uit. Never mind. Nou al my phone ook nog besluit hy nou pap. Ok, ons gaan net nie meer die skerm kan sien vanaf die video